Have you ever felt separate or apart? I was standing in line at this acai place to buy a smoothie, and I noticed an employee walking towards me carrying a case of water. He was about 20-something, blonde hair, little man bun. We smiled at each other, and then he looked down at my shoes, and I saw him notice something odd. And then he looked up right into my eyes, ready to tell me what it was. And then I watched his brain say, nope. And then he turned away to stock the fridge. So I looked down at my shoes. I had a price tag still attached. Dude, I said, when were you going to tell me about the tag on my shoe? Oh, man, he said, I'm so sorry. I wanted to tell you, but I just what? Why do we do that? Why do we actively stop ourselves from connecting with other people? So I was a firefighter, paramedic, best job in the world. But the years went by and my world shrank. Seizure, stabbing, heart attack, and get home. Hanging, overdose, unconscious, home. Car crash, beating, shooting, bleeding, begging, spitting, puking, crying, home. Get the kids to school, pay the bills, quick nap, do the homework, make dinner, sleep, back to work. My life was a blur. I was just burnt out and angry and completely isolated. Yes, I could stop the bleeding, I could plug the gunshot wounds, but there was nothing I could do to heal the desperation and the hopelessness in the people I helped and in myself. So after 20 years of being a first responder, I left the fire department. I had no plan, no pension, nothing. Just a singular mission to feel again. Well, I think I accomplished that goal because I feel everything. I feel the division in our country. I feel the rising desperation. As our cities have grown bigger, our connection to each other has grown smaller. As we lose connection, we become isolated and depressed. We hurt ourselves. We hurt other people. And we communicate. How do we communicate? By text and emojis, right? But we shun human interaction. And all the time we wonder why we feel so alone as we scroll through our friends list on Facebook. The problem of disconnect is so bad that the United States Surgeon General just released a health advisory on the harmful effects of loneliness, isolation, and the lack of social connection in our country. We're seeing record levels of depression, mental illness, crime, multiple shootings, anger, suicide. But there's hope. Maybe even a solution. Something that I've been studying for, over a decade. And the earliest known evidence of it dates back almost 2 million years. And this thing is designed to connect humans. It's called the vagus nerve. It's our 10th cranial nerve. Vagus means the wanderer. It wanders. It starts at the base of our skull, travels all the way to our digestive system. But on the way, it wraps and intertwines with our most vital organs, like our heart, lungs, and liver. And when we experience kindness, our brains release neurotransmitters or hormones that light up the vagus nerve. Oxytocin binds us and creates trust. Serotonin produces feelings of love and peace deep within us. Dopamine activates our reward centers. And endorphins, they just make us feel good. So why are we not kind all the time? Well, some people say that we should start our day with by giving kindness to ourselves first. That only by showing ourselves love and compassion do we have the capacity to give it to other people. I respectfully disagree. I think we need to do the opposite. I think we need to just hold off on putting ourselves first for a minute. Because when we switch our attention off of ourselves and onto the needs of other people, we feel more love. We feel more bonded. We start to connect. A return smile here, an open door there, a compliment, a little assist on the high shelf at the grocery store. Little tendrils of light and hope begin to form, and we don't feel so alone anymore. People need you right now. They need us. Each of us can be the solution, because one small act of kindness can change the world. And what I'd like to invite all of you to do, myself included, is to start the day with the intention to be kind. Every day, let's decide before we leave our beds to open our eyes and our hearts to the needs of other people. Because when we do that, we'll find opportunities to do kind things. Because kindness is not just random acts. It's an intentional way of thinking. And that's all it really means to be a first responder. If we can do that, we can start to build a world where we're looking out for each other, where we have each other's backs. And maybe the first step in creating that world is for you to have the courage to tell me that I have a tag on my shoe.